Well, the Warrior lead is 9 with 2:24 left, and we always talk about these basketball games like they're life and death, but for Christopher Rodriguez at 10 years of age, hit by a stray bullet on January 10th and paralyzed from the waist down, and after reading about it, Baron Davis went and visited him in the hospital and didn't want any media to know about it, didn't want anything written about it, and just said, hey, let's get you out to a game. And he's sitting right with the Warriors owner, Chris Cohan, right at center court and courtside. And
that was a tragic story. And just a young piano player, basketball player, and it was great for Baron Davis to take him in.
Josh Howard hitting the jumper there. And Chris Rodriguez, a stray bullet while he was sitting playing the piano in his house.
A robbery across the street at never mind.
Monta Ellis laying it in. A 30-point night for Monta. Jackson knocking it away. 100 seconds left in the ball game. Howard again, an air ball. Kids knifing through, but Biedrins with the quicker hands.
Now you use some time. You're going to use about 20 seconds of your 24.
Avery Johnson has seen only one team have a winning record against him, and that's the Warriors at 10-6. And they're a minute 16 away as Barron's three is an air ball.
Drive the ball. They don't want to foul you.
Kid just wanting to get a foul.
That's how you do it.
Stopping the clock. Chance to cut it into the deficit.
Just run in, jump in, and go to the line.
Marines.com. Triple-double leaders. Jason Kidd, 12 this year from LeBron. I think he could do that whenever he wants.
Jason Kidd has 99 in his career. That's third on the all-time list, behind Oscar and Magic. And that's all you need to say.
12 points, 14 assists, 8 rebounds for Kidd.
It's not over yet.
Nope. It's a 3-possession game, but the Warriors are going to need one more bucket. On Brandon Bass, crosses him over, knifing inside the biedrins. Beautiful play by Monta Ellis for his 5th assist.
He's not a point guard, but that's a pretty good impersonation.
Andris Biedrins 16 and 14. Monta with 30 and 5. Timeout Dallas with 47.2. And the Warriors, they just don't lose back-to-back games. What a bounce back from the night in Denver. Well, the Oracle's been good to the Warriors, but the resiliency in not losing back-to-back games since January 2nd and 4th, and a disheartening loss in Denver to bounce back behind 30 from Monta Ellis, and just monster games from Azubuike. The Warriors do have more wins coming back from double digits than any team in the league. Terry from deep, he's had an off night shooting threes. Lou will track it down. Aaron went for the steal. Ricochets off of Brandon Bass. Josh Howard putting it up and out. Azubuike with the rebound, and he is fouled. And that'll give us a chance to tell you about Kelenna Azubuike's night. 43 minutes for Azubuike. And part of our Fry's Electronics HD defining moments of the game. Really, Jim, you could say 2 of the biggest shots in the 4th quarter as Dallas cut it to 4. It was Azubuike both times.
And I thought he hit a big shot in the 1st quarter when the Warriors made a little comeback when he came onto the floor.
He cut it to 7 after they had been down 13 by hitting that 3, caused Dallas to take a timeout. And Don Nelson going with Azubuike for 43 minutes. 6 of the last 7 games, Kelenna's played 25 minutes or more.
And last night, we knew it was an aberration with 3 of 15 shooting. He's a better shooter than that, just had an off night. But he can play defense, and that's why Don can afford to leave him on the floor, because he can help you at the other end as well.
10 wins in March for the Warriors. Azubuike misses the free throw.
Looks like the Mavericks now are going to go 0-10 against teams who are above 500 with their record.
I hate that stat, though, because it's going to come to an end at some point.
Yep.
The Warriors see Dallas on Wednesday.
I expect the Warriors to play better in Dallas than they did tonight. How's that? At least at the start of the game.
I'll tell you what, the Warriors better have an answer for Brandon Bass as Brandon Wright pulls that rebound. Bass had 21, Josh Howard had 36. But for the Warriors, 45 and 28. Dallas, 45 and 28. Denver, 45 and 28.
You're repeating yourself.
Let's have a 9-game season and determine who gets to the playoffs. They win at 114-104. Warriors put 6 players in double digits. They get 30 from Monta Ellis. The usual brilliance for Barron with 21, 6, and 4, but Azubuike with 15 and 7. And Harrington with 14 and 9. Biedrins 16 and 14. Those were key. And what a nice story for Christopher Rodriguez sitting courtside as a guest of Baron Davis and Chris Cohan, and seeing what up to this point was the most important win of the season.
Yes.
With 9 more games remaining, and we'll be repeating ourselves a lot about most important games.
But this one really was, because this is your home court, and you just don't want to get behind the 8 ball going out on a road trip. It's going to be tough in San Antonio. Everyone accepts that.
Well, for the Warriors, missing the first 10 shots, getting down 10-0. Jason Kidd hit some key threes, but limiting turnovers. And really, Matt Steinmetz in the fourth quarter, they grounded out. But I think it was the start of Al Harrington that kind of ignited the team.
Yeah, Al, I guess, first of all, are they all going to be like this down the stretch?
I hope so. All W's. If we do that, we're going to make sure we're in the playoffs.
Now, you've been struggling a little bit with your shooting. Has a finger been bothering you, the fingers?
Yeah, I sprained my thumb pretty bad, but, the team needs me right now, so I'm going to play through whatever pain I got to play through.
Did you make a conscious decision tonight to do other things? You obviously were on the boards and playing defense and doing a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, definitely. My job lately has been to stand in the corner and space the floor, but I feel like I got to do other things and, just be more active and be more productive offensively for this team.
Now, it seems like, obviously, when you get contributions from you and Kelenna, Azubuike, it's a totally different team. Have you guys talked about you guys needing to step up your play?
We talk about it all the time. We got a big 3. Them guys, bring it every night, but, they 75, 80 points and it'll be enough, so other guys got to step in.
Has last year's run, the 16-5 finish, kind of given you confidence these last 3 weeks? Does that mean anything heading toward the home stretch?
It means a lot to us. And if this team, we're very confident, so we feel that, we're going to make it. So we just got to go out here and win these games.
They got a big road trip coming up. Obviously, 4 games. Starts in San Antonio Tuesday. What's the goal? What are you looking to do?
The goal is 4-0, baby. You got to come back. You got to get every win.
All right, Al. Thanks a lot. Bob and Jim.
I think Al Harrington, he talked about the confidence. It'll be tested as they get ready for this 4-game road trip. But one other player kicking in tonight, it was more than one. It was Harrington as well as Kelenna Azubuike and Andris Biedrins. And what confidence for Don Nelson to go back to Azubuike. Is 44 minutes more than any other Warrior. And you said it, Jim, plays both ends of the floor, 15 points, 7 rebounds. And how good did it feel to hit those 2 key shots? Kelenna's been good in the fourth quarter really all year long.
And Monta Ellis is in the middle of all that. The drive and the dish out there. They can count on Azubuike. Josh Howard, 36 points. You expected that tonight because he's going to get the shots that Nowitzki doesn't. How about Monta Ellis with 30 points? And he did it 4 points in that first quarter, then 10 in the second, and then he had another 11, and then went to 30 by the end of the game. And there it is, all knotted up, the bottom 3.
The updated standings, the tiebreaker is conference record, but for the Warriors, they don't want to deal with that. They have to handle Dallas and Denver. They have them 1 more apiece. Dallas on Wednesday. Denver will be later on April 10th. But for the Warriors, a 4-game road trip begins tomorrow. Radio only in San Antonio. ESPN against Dallas. We'll be with you in Memphis on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. For Jim Barnett and Matt Steinmetz, Bob Fitzgerald saying so long from Oracle Arena. 28th sellout crowd. Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area begins tomorrow. Baseball season on the way, but Warrior playoffs, can they make it? The race to the finish over the final 9. It begins with a win tonight at home as they hold off the Mavericks in a game they had to have, 114-104.